I read a book that is completely out of my comfort zone, and it's Bunny by Mona Awad. I don't typically reach for horror because it's just not the genre that I like. I am very sensitive to these kind of things where I don't like too much gore, I don't like too much horror or scary things like that because it just doesn't make me feel good. And I read to feel good, so I decided to read Bunny by Mona Awad because I've been hearing all these things about it. I decided to start reading things out of my comfort zone for a video that I'm doing. This one is pretty wild. This follows a character named Samantha, and she attends sort of Ivy League college called Warren College, where she's a part of the writing cohort, where she attends a group along with a few of these girls called the Bunnies. These bunnies are sort of the typical popular girl. If you ever watch Heathers, it's very similar to that. These girls are all about each other and they just only care about each other. They don't care about what's going on in the rest of the world. They're not very self-aware. All they do is fawn over each other, and they're in the same writing college as Samantha. Samantha and her friend Ava make fun of the bunnies all the time. And then one day, Samantha gets invited to a hangout they do called the Smut Salon. And I guess during the Smut Salon, they bring little writing pieces or creative pieces and they act it out in front of each other. And she goes and attends this and ends up actually really liking hanging out with the group. I think she feels sort of like the loneliness where she never was a part of anything, and she comes from a very terrible home life. I guess Ava is just not enough for her to be happy. So she ends up hanging out with a lot of the bunnies, and they start basically giving her a bunny makeover, and she ends up finding out that there's like little rituals that they do with each other where they basically turn bunnies into life-size male dolls, and they invite her to do the same, and it gets really gory and really bloody from there. In all honesty, I don't know what I read. This book is very well written. It keeps you interested and I couldn't put it down, but at the same time I still don't know what I read. This book is very creepy and very self-aware and might be making commentary on certain things of the college system. I don't know if I would necessarily recommend this book to people because of how gory it is and how weird it is. I enjoyed it personally. I gave it 4 stars, but pick it up at your own risk.